Hello, welcome back. Alrighty, we are going to be continuing Disco Elysium today. I still have very little idea what I'm doing, if I'm brutally honest. I'm just kind of wandering around, chatting to folks. Similar looking metal sphere, right? We should be right to do this. Let's see. It is displaying a video game, that's good. That's right, we must at 9 PM go into that room, I believe it is. Left click. Thought we left one of those doors open, maybe not.
Give me a moment. I'm no one. If you can call it living. I have a little room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Ask away, policeman.
Honest, I don't care too much about you.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Dubious.
They probably just moved. Or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
Okay.
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
I believe it.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Despic.
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Yes.
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say,
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That feels like it's very
she mumbles
personal.
some kind of a response.
He is lockstep with me. I am impressed at all times. So if hers is the coal, next to the coal shed, I'm assuming that makes it this one. Either that or it's actually downstairs somewhere, but I think she said out in the balcony. I've just got to stall until 9 PM. Oh. On. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I want to know. What to do about all this? I don't know. Looks for all the world like a ladder, but I can't use it. One of the things I've always disliked about these games, there are some things that just to me look usable, but are not. This one. It's something round and bull-like.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box.
You like sunglasses, officer?
I doubt that,
You
man.
see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer.
Being nothing here seem. Dude. Now I am after a large round thing. I don't know by when I'm supposed to have that bill paid off though. Where you going, dude? Not how I got there? Whatever. I'm supposed to get this dude down. Sure, I'm sure there was something I was told and I have clean forgotten it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
Weird.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel, fair weather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly,
A very
Kuno would
intelligent
like to
kid.
interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 rial, unadjusted for rank.
Not too much, yes. It's a sorry situation, I agree. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay.
Yes, eh? Yes, Bernard heard him
Just
say.
something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Dead specialist, Eddie.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint,
not see.
organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and the hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his
So
neck.
tired.
Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Special oven,
I was afraid it would be.
TV,
Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the...
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
Very interesting.
I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
But
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the... His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes.
I'm gone. Into the wild pale yonder.
good for dead man.
In the past, way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Bastard.
A killer. A motherfucker. Go ahead, Cobbo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Going with option 3.
Coming right up, copperoonie rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. Because you have. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. Sure, Lobo. I can ask
He's
you a
changed my name
question.
again.
Why are you doing this? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming.
Okay.
A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands, the cold spring air smoothing them over.
Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dream.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of... This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position... Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with some...
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with...
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. The
victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
But there is no breath to catch.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso. The man before you.
Just wanted to say.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and hard.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished. Sadly, it's not our job to keep him up there, but to get him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head!
How?
Not have his own
Where
weapon.
the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot...
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket. and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat ass!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Fair call, fair.
But what other options?
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani poika! Take it!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your
Run.
sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth?
Yeah.
At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle, the slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb
Mr.
from the
Miyagi,
recoil,
could please take a
you
step
look
back. I
at
would
the body
appreciate it.
slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you.
Does appear to kneel.
Looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
One way of looking at it. Very colourful language.
Communism.
It
Very
takes
helpful.
a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting
Oof.
out a horrid stench.
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports.
There better be a
The
roll to
gesture is
determine
brilliant.
this.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurt.
I knew these guys were f***ed.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before, it looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little. In the meantime, we should try to interview Everard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly... I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go. Yes. And those...
Right. Let's see if we can't get into that that apartment now. Might be too late. We could be in trouble now. Don't know. Stairs.
This door is made of metal, and no one answers.
We should return tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m.
No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
It just said 9 p.m. Why specifically tomorrow? Do you mind? It's fighting. Look at this stuff too. We're still working on that. Right. Yep. I remember these. Don't know what any of it means, but... that found out exactly what they... I'm going off memory here. What's in this? Was I after? I don't remember. I do have to head over to that other thing. But... yeah, just name them. Though. Oh, no. That's all. What's going on, mate? Okay. Did anything out here? What a waste of time this was. I still have a key to this room.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray. Light it.
I don't believe in cigarettes.
The door is
G'day.
closed. There is no one. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world...
Missed that. I didn't do that earlier. When I say earlier, I mean first time I played. Day one.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Definitely nothing in here, so.
Hello again, sweetie.
Becky, get. Still don't want to talk to me. This dude has been out for a while. You thought I was bad.
is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness. The worker continues to nap.
I don't know if I'll be able to redo it yet.
Is in a deep slumber.
Right. I missed the opportunity. Oh, that door's still. I appear to have no way of sleeping the night, though.
Hello again, officer.
Life
How are
imitates
things?
art. Oh well.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is
Still.
warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
I don't remember what I was doing. Talking to somebody about it. That one. Then we gotta do that one.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Third officer, what's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International
Dankeschön.
Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a
Alrighty.
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right. What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Does seem to.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
What's this? They're sending me out with somebody who's actually just a good policeman and they think I'm going to solve this frigging mystery. What on earth? Hold a minute, I've just got an urge for to hear a couple of specific pieces after all this. Are we? Ah, here we are. That's only that one. The rest. Philharmonic. Those might be under Isidore. In Malcolm's. Yeah, it could be John Reed listed. Are they all? There they are. It's Isidore. Yes, that'll do. Gotta sort out some music. What is upcoming? No, not long now. I'll be back in a minute. Stop panicking. Okay, maybe not. I'm having trouble finding the song I want. Mild inconvenience to me. Where is it? Oh, it was in that one. Okay. This one? There it is. Found it. Right. Found the one song I was looking for. We're good now.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. on the contrary. It's all part of the master plan, you see.
Highly experimental.
The silence carries.
Yes, I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Ringing.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
No, man, I don't know.
Because
Okay.
you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
mate. How you going?
Might run and do that. Form in 3 parts. That's a 3-part form at least. Across the day. Maracada titore. Are you lost
Yes.
interest, little man?
Fuck does Kuno care?
On the
Kuno does.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Not a pleasant thought. How's the new house treating you, though, on the whole?
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Unfortunately, no. They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger.
Oh,
The
yep.
bright red
Nice.
paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts.
You gonna bother unpacking every single box, or
Above
keep
those,
a couple for
an
posterity?
11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
the corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says,
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date,
Yep.
0803,
Fair enough.
and time of arrival, 0815, on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Next. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Might as well.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None, at least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Good choice.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
We're calling you piss weak, Kuno.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
Into polyester.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Oh, we got one shot at this, eh?
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid. A really, really bad smell is coming from there now. And
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggot.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I think we stuffed it.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy. His head, yes. You were about to cut off his head.
snap.
That was a genuine mistake on my part.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! It's gonna happen, see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact.
Might mean I missed something, actually. I probably should
There
have
are
done
combat
that.
injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item. Hands. Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making... Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. High.
With his eyes almost closed, The lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and dark.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary, NA. Ah, are you a hepatobiliary expert? Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Oh, so we inflicted them? You mean the incision on the thorax from a chain cutter? That was not a team effort, and I wouldn't mention it. Muddies the water. Injuries. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone.
Yeah.
The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next? Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the...
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg. For processing.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Establish probable cause. I have hurt myself.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracks and wakes, it's all right. Huh? You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
What was that? Yeah, I've already forgotten what I was using for that. This. Cut it out. Cut it out. Egad, this is horrendous. Yeah, it's perception. Give it a bell. Actually, no. The white check.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen.
I just upgraded that anyway.
The man is The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep
We'll go
breath.
for it.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped.
Do you think we missed some?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body. It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they...
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You
Only if all else fails.
Kuno looks like he gets around. Knows Martinez. Or remember the buttons on that intercom over there, on the side of the building next to the Whirling? One was for Revachol Ice City.
Hurry. This is one task we cannot sideline. With every... We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be...
fuck does Kuno care? For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
Kuno's a poor kid from a poor neighborhood. Say your job is on the line. He'll sympathize. No, it's not weakness. It's...
The fuck are you?
Don't pay attention to him. Just...
You piss me off. How do I friggin' succeed on the tough one and then fail the one that's supposed to be bloody easy? You gad.
We should think about calling it a... You should take care of... Let's talk to... Right.
And I've spoken to Cam. Oh.
Fuck does Kuno care? For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the cunt. Bacon man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return?
By killing in his territory, someone has openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place. A dark flame smolders in Kuno's eyes as he ponders your argument. Word.
Alright, Kuno hears you. See that shit house over there?
A cold comes over you as you glance behind him at the crumbling colossus there.
You gotta get in that shit. In there, deep. Check the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks like a white bear or some shit. Try not to piss you.
A white bear? A polar bear?
You didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where...
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
What are you getting up there?
Kuno doesn't fuck...
Yes?
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest. Not until you bring me the...
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
I done wrong. Why does that look like a door that I can't use? Anyway, staying focused. For me and the true love will never on the bunny,
Yes.
bunny, bunny, da, da, da. There's one in here, what's there?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
All sleep, but the broken hearted ends, ne second spring again. All the way full of messes where they creep. Why is he not running? Keeps getting stuck on nothing. For me and my love will never. Definitely can't use it. I think I'm all out of option. I don't really know what else I can do. I think I need to get through to the day.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. These bullets were fired during the Revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it.
On it, and I did that was wrong. From the hockey to
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Up ahead from the hockey to
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence. That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Oh, I can't get there from here. I've got to run around.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
Is it not?
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see,
I don't know.
I have a wide selection
played
of
this
goods
before.
for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
He's been by the shop a couple of times.
There was something awfully deliberate about that laziness.
They weren't the most pleasant interactions. Small town bigwigs always want everyone to play a part in the play they're staging. But I bowed out at some point.
I don't know how many cigarettes this guy's smoked. I think the answer is yes. Oh, hang on, laptop, don't die, don't die. Yes, not. Yeah. Maybe even yes, indeed.
It was all very strange. That forewoman was more pleasant than Everard. But I guess it's all the same in the end. He tried, wanted to come to some mutually beneficial agreement around my dealings with the dock workers. I politely declined to hear him out.
So you don't know what kind of arrangements he was talking about?
As I said, I refused to talk to him. That's why he came back a second time. That's also why he hasn't come back a third. He purchased a remarkably garish paperweight the first time he was here. Nothing the second.
He nods reluctantly. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Which was odd. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
I would argue I pawned it. I didn't sell it. They're slightly different.
It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer.
Thank you. Here's the 100 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't know the point of that one.
Another time, perhaps.
I may be running a bit too late. Fingers crossed.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests.
The old mate likes me.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Very romantic. What is wrong with you, Kim?
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot. It enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we're missing something, but we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
He's right. You could smell it. That something is missing, even under the overpowering odor of the corpse.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean. Not always the right people, I'm afraid. We weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to her.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness.
Makes sense.
Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory.
Not quite.
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Yeah.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do you? We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez, most of them at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Well. Oh, that one. I should probably put some points into strength soon. Okay. Well, can't keep being perfect all the time. I gotta have some flaws.
The window stands broken in its front. You see some lights shimmering. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned like the rest of you. It comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Your hands, however...
Good going. Good going, Yimmy.
The fan stands still. The lights are on. The lights are off again. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Oh, well.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally... And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Not ideal.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Ooh, not an oddly smelling pillowcase.
Smells of alcohol and sweat. And it's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Interesting.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are you? They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed Elysium. Everything. The pale and the Isolas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years.
Why are you yelling at me, dead man?
Of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up everything. The pale and the Isolas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. You really dropped the ball, Harry. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams.
What do you mean?
And the actor's wearing fin.
I thought you said you'd played this game,
You'll be back
Razor.
in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown.
How so?
Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind... Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent time to go to work in the shit factory.
A bit weird. Yay.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Yeah, no, it's just a dream.
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Go looking for speed or
Are you
don't
sure?
go looking?
ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days. Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. Suit yourself. Slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
We are taking a risk, and for some reason that tap's running.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom.
He really didn't get beyond the first thing you're saying. I mean, it kind of holds your hand the whole way, so... Mostly that sounds to be on you, Razor.
Morning.
G'day.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
And a union?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. The men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Ill.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Okay.
In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Oh, good.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Right
They're
now?
in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real to...
Don't walk us, man. I'll get it, don't worry. Happy? We walked for like 2 seconds. Take me all week to walk that distance. Wait. He's a fat bloke.
Hello again, esteemed officer. A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge.
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dust.
We're gonna save scum, this is needed.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Ow. Shoot.
Nah.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
And I
You
think we
smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
You going wordless? Fuck the system? Or fuck it hurts? That's what I'd be saying IRL. Well, this isn't where I want to be.
What is this place? I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's... Now let's move on, shall we?
Come on. Need that. Makes sense.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then, it's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
I don't think this is where I was supposed to go. Interesting. All just one big shop. Good.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Went with option 1 there. A dark elf.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and scheme. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections
through them in
here and
order.
there. Photo. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting, wax translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Whirling becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Whirling Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, "Heat Death of the Universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I will doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the file.
Okay.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. But we are looking for a fridge, and we are...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120. Equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Maybe the body has stopped decomposing somehow. I don't know.
This one. Feel like I didn't want to. Oh well.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take...
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers...
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say.
He likes this find.
Full.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, while the black one seems to be feeding a buzzing little fridge-like thing in...
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
The which one?
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only death.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Laptop.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid.
I want to send echoes up.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Flooded it, didn't you? Ah.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then?
The body is heavier than and stinkier. It takes half an hour.
What does this mean, Rosa? What horrible horror has been unleashed upon us?
The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best bodice work I've ever done.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Stuffed a body in the fridge.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room.
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work.
He's right. His work would be much more formal.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate, even...
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other...
Indeed. Refrigerated meat is... Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too. Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic. Exactly.
100%.
It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend. Go ahead and provide savage criticism. The 15th Indo tribe.
Look, I'm just going to save scum this thing. I don't know why I bothered doing
Bear's
that.
eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse. You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the...
Nah.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Your arms
There we
reach
go.
out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. You pick it between your fingers. The mass is even larger than your nose. Very porous somehow. Like it's about... They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in. Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the... You're on the right track. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you put... Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance.
This thing.
It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the...
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
I would have been pissed if I'd failed that one.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration.
Good, good.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom.
A bullet.
Got shot.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic.
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate. Back of high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation.
And he was already dead was the unlogical
There have been other
conclusion.
signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be... Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Far away, ice cream makers are buzzing, and the sea wind blows outside. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his...
Wrong button. This. Is that all I've got? Yeah. We'll actually call it very soon. I just want to inspect the rest of this building. If people have any raid suggestions, feel free to drop them in chat. Trying to find out what options I've got. I was looking at. Oh well. Can't get next to it, I don't think.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. This is directly above the central furnace.
I just got called into a meeting with my boss, where he asked me in all seriousness why I'm sick so often but only on weekdays. I told him it's because of my weekend immune system.
What do you have to say to that?
As before, this is direct. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its... The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing it's empty like a bead. The filament you have would fit perfect like a smooth drawer. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still no. Received. I will...
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Nothing happens.
Well, if I were the password, where would I be?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think...
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio
Does
computers.
this not have one alone?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein.
Not in Revachol West.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Your flashlight slides over an old green. Some of the writing has these lithe, pointy, translucent Welkin. Who are all those creatures? You should adopt one of those Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering. It's Vara Hamira. The hull.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little... Just look at those details.
Vara Hamira. I would try that as my password.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. The speaker comes to life. Statics.
Good morning. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for Fortress Accident.
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless...
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received.
Don't worry.
Fortress Accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still...
Leave that.
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out.
I don't think I
The
actually looked
note
at this.
is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care.
Okay. And I do have to call it that. Got to get something done. I already did this though.
This orange machine, turning the crank, feels oddly satisfying. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to us? You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is... No. This is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't... If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there...
Red one ran off to that.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and something close to you died.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
I am
This
very
orange
confident I
machine
can't
is
do it.
dead still. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You see the pry bar's metal handle.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special...
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Not putting up with that. I'll try it once more and then just give it up as a lost cause, because I assume it's a lost cause.
This orange machine is dead still. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar.
And this leads outside. Where is it? What then? Have I missed anything? I don't think. Further up there. Again, if anyone's got recommendations on raids, feel free to dump them in chat. I have to click on that, not the door frame. Otherwise, I kind of think P. He's currently doing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes?
I didn't mean to talk to you, champion.
Pick over what's left of your frontal cortex.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
Go ahead, scan on. How are we?
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himmian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
And how's that working out for you, champ?
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales.
Standard back stuff.
15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
Interesting.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin,
I'm
and
afflicted by
bankruptcy.
that.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
The woman before you scans the store. Her
All right. I think I'll dispatch old mate here. I'm curious to see if this changes anything. With the body, that's when I'll end it for the night. Yeah. Mind.
It's dark, and the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them. I'm sorry the fundamental laws of the universe don't seem to agree with you, Detective, but the fact remains that it's too dark to see in here without a flashlight. So come on.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight.
That's just straight up inaccessible. You can't walk into the darkness and get some visual effect. That's a shame. Fine. You're weak and nerdy. Oh wait, where am I going? This is the furnace. We'll use this one.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Alrighty then. Oh, that's right. I can't just walk up these stairs. I have to click on.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's mostly they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk that. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
Interesting.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Oh, I think we better ask that one.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
Interesting.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Whirling.
That's
kind of
understandable.
nerds.
Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be the usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how in the end they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
I don't know, my character managed a 3-day bender.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Not the
100%.
wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The
Already did
result
that.
is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Sounds about right.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else? Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial area.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that locked door.
Too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
Why would Slipstream SEA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? I'm still convinced it was nothing.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Sure, I'm listening. Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff meat.
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. Yeah, don't. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching...
You should have known it.
Really?
It's not really full of that. No one...
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Roper mates going on.
Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk...
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Maddeningly unhelpful so far. Is that there? I'll call it very soon. And when I say very soon, I mean like 10, 20 minutes ago. Oh yeah. Anyone wondering, that's actually a chalk representation of Europa.
This old fireplace, the whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tile. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master. They must have had massive airwidth. These things, whoever decides to call in to a list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas. There's no way a little...
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it.
Nothing. It's just like...
Trying to work out what it is the
Your
password
flashlight
for this
slides.
thing.
Some of the writing has... The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. The full text reads, Heat death of the universe. The handwriting is only partly The full text reads, Heat. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and it looks a bit like an Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part. Your eyes glide over 4 sections of the imposed. The photo collage, the entire oceans. You see primitive oil rigs built into, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy in its own way. Like a pinned postcard reads, the heat death scenario, a desperate fight for
And I need to dispatch old mate here to take the body back to headquarters. Which I think is what I'll do before I call it. I still haven't worked ahead to tell how many points I've got, so I'm going to assume it's 1. I don't even know what some of these do properly, to be honest. For cool people, I've got to take it. Factual obligations. It's the next one I need to actually look in, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I think it's that one. Probably both of these, actually. Anyway.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy, just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
It does. That it does. Right, I have got to pack old mate off with the body and then call it a day. I can't yet do this because I keep forgetting to look into that. Alrighty. And what is the time now? It is now 9 PM. My stream schedule finishes at 8:30 PM. We're still on track here.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
I would suggest that I've only ever had one coffee in my life, but with very long breaks between it. It just takes me a while to refill the cup. Like how clapping's one of those things that you never actually technically stop clapping. Right. The interval between them just takes a while.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Alrighty, we will take this cadaver out to your car, and that is where I'll end it. He's gone. Now hot. Actually, there is one thing I should do.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking. What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Use it for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Alright, hey. I'm going to end it. If anyone's got any raid suggestions, now would be a great time to chuck them in chat. Otherwise... Welsh Tiger doing Repo, or Jimmy P doing Red Dead Redemption 2. Ellie could be fun. He's on PUBG. Tasmac's doing Forza. I think he's been on for a while. I know he started a while back, but I don't know if he's broken his stream up or not. Question, Yimmy. Got it. We'll go with Jimmy. Red Dead? Yeah. Good call, Hagen. Alrighty, I am going to raid out there to YimmY P. Good friend of the channel. Does like his retro, so he'll do that once a week at least. He also does like World of Warcraft, but he had a mad hankering for some Red Dead 2 last week, so he started that up. Right, assuming I stream tomorrow, it's going to be more of this. We're making some progress. And actually, Hergen, he's doing I think he said he was doing a low honor run. So, Outlaws for life indeed. Most likely more of this tomorrow. I've been enjoying it. We're making some progress. Some of the language is unnecessary, but that's not my choice. In the meantime, thank you all very much for joining, and bye for now.